nums of I. Okay, so let's understand. Here is given an example. You have to find the product except this. Okay, so the answer will be, you have to return the product of nums except self. So the product except means excluding one, you have to find the product of all the numbers. So 2 into 3 into 4 equals to 24. So you just have to return 24. And at 2th position, you just have to find the product of all three nums except 2. So this will be 4 3s are 12 into 1, which is 12. Okay, and for 3 you have to find the product except 3. 4 into 2 into 1, which is 8. And at the last position, you just have to find the product of first 3 element. So this will give you 6. Okay, so you just have to return this vector. Okay, in the same way, if there is 0, how you will find this? So you can check, you can first you will check if there is an zeros or not, and then you can store the count variable which is counting the 0. If 0 is equals to 1, then you just have to find the product, randomly product. Okay, so you can find the product of this will give you 0, except this product will again give you 0, because the 1 0 can make the product whole 0. And at the 0th position, you can find the product of minus 3 into 3 minus 1 into 1, which is give you 9. Okay, and at 3rd position there isn't 0, so you can find 0 and 0. So you just have to return the answer. Okay, so let's do this. First you have to find int n equals to nums dot size. This will store the size of a nums. And then int product equals to 1 and int count equals to 0. The count will store the number of zeros in a nums. Okay, so this will store the 0, how many zeros are there in nums. Let's for int I equals to 0, I less than n, then I plus plus. Okay, you will traverse through the nums, and then you just check if nums of I is equals to 0. If it is 0, then I just have to do count plus plus. Okay, and then continue. After this, you just have to find the product equals to product into equals to nums of I. Okay, so this will find the product. How can I approach this question? So first I will find the product. I will find the product which will give me, I will find the product of all the numbers, which will give me a 24. Okay, and after this I will divide to a, then I will traverse to the nums and then divide with nums of I. Okay, so for first position I will get product by nums of I, which is 24 by 1, which will give me 24. Okay, for ith equals to 2, which nums of I equals to 2, for at second position you will get 24 by 2, which will give you 12. Okay, and at 3rd position you will get 24 by 3, which will give you 8. Okay, in the same way at 4th position 24 by 4, you will get 6. Okay, so this one is this answer will be the vector answer, so you just have to return this. So in that way I find all the product of nums of I, a single product. Okay, and after this you just have to traverse through the nums and then divide it. Okay, then I plus plus. You have to check a condition. If count is greater than equals to 2, then the nums of I equals to all the element will be 0. Suppose there is an 1 0 0 and 2. ठीक है? Okay, so there is count which is greater than 2. Okay, count which is greater than 2. So the product of array will be all the zeros. Okay, you don't have to do anything, just put the element equals to 0 because the count is 2, number of zeros equals to 2, so you just have to return the 0 0 0 0. That's why I do nums of I equals to 0. Okay, else if count is equals to 1. If count is equals to 1, just like this question I have explained it, you just have to do nums of I. You have to check nums of I. If it equals to 0 0. Okay, you just have to check. If it is 0 0, then you just have to do, अगर ये 0 होगा then you just have to do product. If it is not, then you just have to add 0 value. Okay, so nums of I is equals to nums of I is equals to 0. You just have to check, then you just have to add product and 0. Else you just have to do nums of I is equals to product by nums of I. And after this you just have to return the nums. So let's run this code. Yeah, this code works fine. Let's submit this. Yeah, this has been accepted. Thanks for watching.